2 weeks since the Colosseum released, and I've finally got enough shards to corrupt Diana's quiver. But the new best in slot range cape is useless unless I have a bow to go with it. This is the start of my Ironman PVM series, where I'll try and get every item in the game. And the first item on the list is the Twisted Bow. If you've been sending the Colosseum for the last couple of weeks, you might have seen a video or two of mine. And I realised that I actually quite enjoy making videos, so I thought I'd start a series which just records my progress as I try and sort of PVM as an Ironman. And the big thing I've been going for recently is the Twisted Bow. So I can show you my collection log for Cox. Yeah, so there you go. You see I've sent a lot of CMs, a few regulars, and we are just missing the Twisted Bow. The omelette would be nice, but the only thing I want really is the T-bow, so I can start doing sort of pet hunting, clogging, and then a few speed runs as well, which I'm quite interested in. In terms of other stuff, I think probably the best thing to do is just show you my PVM tab. So you can see I've got Torva, Blood Torva actually. Basically melee is all maxed out. I've got a Scythe, a Vernic, all the important melee weapons down here. Range is basically done, apart from the Twisted Bow. Colosseum has just come out, and I managed to bless Diana's quiver today. And for Mage, I'm basically max Mage as well. Just missing the Eternal boots, so I'll go back to Serb one day to finish that off. And you can see I've got two of the prayer pieces, full Justy, full Crystal, obviously both as my main range weapon at the minute, and I've got one piece of Inquisitor, which was very lucky, and then you can see the Zuck helmet as well. So I am a Grandmaster, and yeah, this is everything really. Missing a couple of rings. I'm missing the 3 best in slot one-handed melee weapons. The T-bow is the gap here. These 3 slots are for the 3 corpse shields, and then these are for the 3 nightmare staffs. I suppose some other stuff would be nice to show. I guess turn this into a quick bank video sort of. So here's my main tab, got all my jewellery, Amulet of Eternal Glory, then a load of stackables down here, and then items from Birdhouse runs. PVM tab we've seen already. Here's my sort of potions and food tab. So I've always had it laid out like that. This is a mess. I need to redo my ammo at some point. I'll probably do that soon. Herb tab, got plenty of herbs from Tob and from Chambers. And then the rest of the tabs are just sort of skilling outfits, prayer loot, follow the bard items, and then some other just loot, and then some Cox dupes in this last tab. So what else is important on the account? I suppose stats are a big thing. I'd say I'm nearly maxed, but the truth is I've still got some quite annoying levels to go, so it might be a while before I max in this series, but I will do it eventually. So you can see you've got prayer, runecrafting, hunter, and the rest are all quite quick for how much is done already. Prayer I've got about 97 banked, so it shouldn't be too much longer before I finish that off. I would consider myself a PVMer quite a lot. I do enjoy speedrunning quite a bit. I enjoy challenges, so I've soloed Tob. I really enjoy doing hard mode Tobs. I really like solo CMs, and I really want a T-bow so I can just speedrun in basically close to max gear and try and get some really nice times in a load of places. So the end goal of the series after the T-bow is probably doing speedruns, doing PVM challenges, and on top of that just sort of pet hunting and clogging in a bunch of different places. I am live recording everything at the minute, so these CMs are going to be quite slow. I'm actually finding it quite tricky to record and play at the same time. I'll try and avoid it as much as possible, but there is a metronome playing all the time in the background of these clips, so I'm very sort of in tune with ticks, I'd say, and I'm always sort of counting things in my head as I play, so trying to talk and do that at the same time is quite difficult. But yeah, I'll try and keep the metronome out of the clips, and eventually I will start doing sort of voiceover recording of clips so that you can see me doing sort of speeds and some hopefully nice plays if I manage to get clips of that. You're probably noticing my HP go down between clips, which is quite funny. So I am making mistakes just off camera. You see me there as well. I'm just in my CMs. I prep for brews. I used to, when I had a T-bow before, just fully no prep. But since the Cox changes have come in, doing a small sort of 4 brew prep only takes like 30 seconds extra per raid, and it's quite a nice quality of life just to really guarantee that the raid's very easy. Then you see my Vanguard procedure here as well. So with a Bofa, obviously the Bofa sucks compared to the T-bow, but it does let you get 4 hits on the first rotation. So you can do 2 Bofas and then 2 5-tick hits. You do have to be tick perfect to pull that off though. So I do rope skips in my CMs. I'd say I have them down quite well. I probably still do fail them reasonably often. Probably often enough to not make it worth doing. But it is technically better points per hour, so I always sort of try and do it. I think I do that quite a lot, where even if something's not as efficient, I quite like pushing myself just so that I can constantly sort of improve and get better over time. Then Vasa is probably the worst room in the raid for a Bofa, but 2 or 3 crystals is normal. I've recently started doing a new method, which is where I double Void Waker spec, and it makes it quite a lot more consistent, which is nice. I very rarely get teleported a second time, which is nice because that's a real drain on supplies. But yeah, this is the worst room in the raid by a long shot, and I'm very much looking forward to a Twister Bow to make this a lot nicer. And Motodile. So I know I said Vasa was the worst room in the raid, but Motodile definitely comes close. Especially without Missouri, I think you really quite notice being less tanky. So this room for me is a lot of gear switching. I will flick Torva on when I'm killing big Motodile especially, just to try and reduce the damage taken quite a lot. And yeah, I don't think ZGS is worth it. I'd say just a chopping setup in solos is much better, unless you're going for speedy speed. The recent change as well, which made Motodile use consistent attack styles, was quite nice. So you know it's going to do at least 3 attacks of one style in a row, which does help definitely sort of reduce the damage you take quite a lot. At home, I don't do anything really strange, to be honest. I do sort of shadow running just on the mage hands, and then 3-1 scything on the melee hands. And 3-1 scything does end up being better than doing 4-1 lance, and you take the same amount of damage. It's not a huge time save, to be honest, only a few seconds every phase, but it's quite fun to do. Sometimes scythe hits to 70, so that's fun. I suppose one thing I do, which is a bit non-standard, is this method, which I believe is called Hisoka P3. It's a damageless scythe and shadow method. It's quite click intensive, but it's quite nice just not taking any damage. I've also realised that my scythe is uncharged somehow, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, luckily the raid's nearly over there. And then head phase is just normal, full 5-1, whatever the T-bow method is. It's not too bad with DHEB, to be honest. Sadly, a white light on this one, but not the first white light I've seen. Definitely not my quickest CM either, but now we're back in the swing of it. We should start getting much quicker times. And yeah, I probably won't talk over a big long raid like this again, but hopefully that's useful just to sort of see a bit about how I do these. This is raid number 2 of the day, and it's much quicker than the first one, so I'm feeling nice and back in the swing of things now. But sadly, a white light in this one. We're getting close to 775 raids done, and I'll talk in a little bit about how I sort of break up the cox grind, and you'll see me doing a bit of turret skipping shortly. Raid number 4 is another white light, but we do get some nice herbs from that one, and we missed an elite clue. And here is raid number 775. So, unfortunately, another white light, but that's not surprising really. So I said before, I usually try and sort of break up the cox grind, and I've done this a few different ways in the past. Basically usually trying to do another grind that I'm working on, and the grind I'm working on secondary to this at the minute is the rev grind. So I actually have 2 of the weapons, all of the emblems, but I'm still missing the mace. So what I've been doing recently is 5 CMs, then 2 rail skipping for a revs task, and then 5 more CMs and then doing the rev task. And I just find that's a really nice way to break up the grind with some sort of guaranteed dopamine. The revs tasks are fun, and skipping for them is not too bad really, with the gear that I've got. Hey, there we go, rev task there. So I think that was 4 through 6, it's 30 tasks total to get that. So now we're back to CMs, and I've got something to look forward to when I finally get these 5 done. So I'm back to CMs now, and there's actually just been a stream where the JMods were talking about updates to the combat system, which might be live by the time I've released this video, but basically they're talking about reworking range and making some changes to the way magic works, sort of elemental style weaknesses for monsters. And one of the things they said was about making Ice Demon weak to Demon Bane spells, which would actually be really nice with the setup I'm running currently, because we already have, where is it? This one? Dark Demon Bane's already in my setup with the runes I bring. So that'd be really nice if that was something they did. Probably save a good amount of time in these. Might even change speed running a little bit, rather than having to bring sort of Kodai, Fire Surge, and Spellbook Swap. So yeah, really looking forward to that change if they do bring it out. That's quite a quick raid there. Yeah, 10 seconds off the PB. Fortunately a white light. On to the next one. There is raid 777. White light. Next one. So this is looking like a PB, and yeah, sub 29. Very happy with that. I can show you the splits actually. Yeah, so quite a quick floor 1 Floor 2 was very quick as well, and then floor 3 was nice. It was a 2 crystal blaster, so quite good as far as Vastas go with a Bofa. And then fairly standard ohm. I hit 3 out of 4 hammers. Very happy with that PB. Yeah, all the quiver. Unfortunately white light though, but yeah, 2 more and then we can send that revs task. So there's a tiny bit of tech I sometimes do at Guardians where after rope skip you can keep rapid heal on and sometimes get above 50 HP again. And then if you do that, sip an overload and then run in, that's the perfect timing to be able to sip 2 doses of brew and then a restore, and then your stats come back just in time to attack. So nice bit of tech there if you manage to get the HP back. I thought I'd share. White light. Nice. Raid number 780. So now it's time for a revs task. I'll be right back with that. Yo, I was just about to record a clip saying got nothing this task. That is the second ancient crystal on the account, which is really nice. Hopefully I can get all 4 before I get the mace. Be really nice with POH. But yeah, so Divine's just run out. I was just about to record, show my setup a little bit. So this is what I bring. I'm risking the salve. I've got like 8 of these just from when combat achievements let you sort of double your imbue points every time new combat achievements released. So I don't mind risking these, and I bring a load of brews as well to sort of help tank if a raid boss manages to get on me. So yeah, this is the setup. I'll pre-pot a divine dose, and then 1 pot usually lasts the whole task, but just under a task this time. About 1 million coins in Alex 2 Laren's keys and the ancient crystal this task, so really nice loot overall. Two more Alex. Yeah, that's the task. Back to CMs. I did say back to CMs, but I had to try for the back-to-back, and straight away got a revs task. Minimum roll, unfortunately, but yeah, that's not too bad. Usually in this case, I will still go back to CMs though, so 5 more CMs and then I can set that rev task. And raid number 785. Go back to revs now, and we get an arcane for air scroll. First purple of the video. I think that's number 19 now, let me just check. Yeah, 19 arcanes. So yeah, nice first purple. So the rev task went quite well. A PK showed up just before this, so I was able to bank everything I got. And then first kill back, I get a 2 mil emblem, which is really nice. And then I'll just speed this bit up because the joy didn't last very long. So immediately after I pick it up, a Rev Maledictus spawns, and it's like 10 in the morning here, EU time, so I think I can kill this because there's no one else on. I'm probably going to get the drop, and then a PK shows up. And I get a bit unlucky. The Maledictus hits his big attack, the AGS hits a 32, and then a 70. Rev task number 2 done. Quite nice loot from this one. I think I got just over 1 million coins in Alex. But sadly lost that 2 mil emblem. But yeah, try for the back-to-back, but probably back to CMs for now. See if we can get another purple. So So raid 786, 787, 788, 789, 790. 5 white lights, which means we go back to trail skipping for now. So I've realised the video is quite long already. I think just because I talked through sort of how I do cox and a bit about my rev setup and stuff like that, a bit of an account overview. So I don't want the video to end up being 30 minutes long, so I'll just cut it short there. And then next video, I think I'll try and get up to 850 CMs. So hopefully we see a lot of loot from that. And I'll just shake up the content a bit. So instead of doing revs, I think I'll start doing necks instead. So I'm still missing VAM braces from necks. I'll show you the collection log here. So I've got everything but hilt and VAMs. I won't go back for hilt, but VAMs would be very nice. Oops. Yeah, VAMs would be very nice. It turns out that since the quiver came out, VAM braces actually give a max hit with the BOFA at chambers. So it would be very nice to get them just for the extra max hit. And then I might start taking the crystal helm as well into chambers, because that also gives a max hit with those two pieces of gear. So a bit of content next time. I'll probably talk through how I do next a little bit as well with a BOFA, which is quite fun. There's quite a lot of intricacy to the kill there. So hopefully you enjoyed, and do tune in next time to see some more cox content, a bit of next content. And I'll hopefully have the editing a bit cleaner next time and really try hard to get the metronome out of the background. So yeah, see you later.